Hello, it's time for December monthly beauty favorites and fails. I have been testing out a lot of products throughout the past month. I have some really great products to share with you and some fails and a few products that I have some mixed feelings about. We will discuss. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I have a lot to share with you, so let's go ahead and get into what I loved and didn't love and everything in between in December. Rare Beauty launched a couple of new products that everybody's been talking about, so of course I had to test them both out. I have some thoughts. I'm going to start with the Positive Light Under Eye Brightener since my under eyes are difficult for me because I have dark circles, dryness, texture, and more fine lines the older I get. So this is supposed to be super lightweight, hydrate, brighten, and give sheer flexible coverage to make you look a little bit fresher and help if you want kind of a no makeup look. Now I went into this not knowing anything at all, so I was a little bit surprised at the metal tip here. It's supposed to be cooling, which to me insinuates depuffing when you're talking about an under eye product, but you are supposed to just dot the product on and then blend it out with your fingers or some kind of a tool. So I do question how necessary this is. You're not going to get much cooling from simply dotting a couple of dots underneath your eye, but it's a little bit different. I guess it looks cool. Maybe that's what they were going for. Now I knew when I saw the word sheer, I was probably not going to like this product. However, as I started blending this out, I was pleasantly surprised. It seemed to correct and brighten and look like my skin, completely like my skin, like I wasn't wearing makeup, and that hydration was there. It almost seems to be an eye cream brightener corrector all in one. I do feel like my under eye area looks fresher, brighter, and just really nice when I use this. So I do think that this is a nice product for no makeup days, or if you're not wearing makeup and you just don't want to look super tired with your dark circles. I also think it's nice for a light corrector underneath a concealer that you want a little bit more coverage from, because it adheres to your under eye area so well, and because it's hydrating, it keeps your under eye area looking fresh too. So that's really nice. It's not a substitute for concealer, but I am really impressed with how bright and fresh my under eyes look. I like this for those days that I just mentioned. I was pleasantly surprised with this. Now, the Rare Beauty product that everyone seems to be going mad over are the new highlighters. I purchased the shade Enlighten, which is this really pretty kind of white champagne shade. I do feel there's a hint of gold in here. Now this is supposed to give you a liquid glass finish, but in powder form. It is a very smooth highlighter. It applies beautifully on the first swipe, and there are no glitter particles. There's no evident sparkle, which I do like, but I feel like I'm the only person on the planet that is not going crazy for this highlighter. And maybe I just have other good powder highlighters that I enjoy, and this seems to give me the same effect that I get from those after I buff it out, because I do need to buff this out to make it not so apparent on my skin. You could see when I apply it, it's very apparent. So I usually need to buff it out a little bit more or use a finishing powder, something to kind of tone it down, which is what I did today. I mean, you can see it looks really pretty today. It does look liquidy, glassy, but this isn't the only highlighter I've ever gotten that effect from. I think it's nice, but if I was picking one of the two Rare Beauty products, this would be it. This under eye brightener. I think this is really the standout product of the two, and I may be alone in that. Let's talk about what's on my eyes today, which is from the drugstore. This is the Shimmering Beige Covergirl Clean Color Palette, which I have been really enjoying. Now, this taupey shade is what you're seeing on my lids, and when I first applied the shade, I did it kind of as a one and done, and it really reminded me of my Armani eye tint in Cold Copper, so much so that I had to put one of each on at the same time to see if I had found a dupe in powder form. It's a little bit cooler cooler of a taupe and a little bit lighter, so it's not 100%, but the sheen is beautiful nonetheless. You also have a shimmery peachy champagne shade here, and then a lighter shade here, which is what I have on my inner corners. I just tapped it on with my pinky. And then this matte is what I have in my crease and transition. What I like about this matte shade is that I can use a fluffy brush and apply it from my crease almost up to my brow bone in that transition area, and it gives a more diffused application. And then I can take a smaller, denser brush, something like this, or something tapered, flatter, and apply it in my crease and my outer corner and get a little bit more depth. This is a very easy to use palette if you're wanting something that's one and done from the drugstore or just a quick makeup look. I mean, it's all I have on my eyes today except for liner and another product I'm going to talk about here in a second that I briefly forgot about for a moment. I've really been enjoying it. I think the cost is great. So this has been a great discovery. Have you tried these? Do you have more shades? I would be interested to know which ones you like. I would also love to know what other products throughout the video you've tried. Also, what you loved or hated in December. Leave me comments down below. Love seeing the discussion in my monthly favorites. I do read the comments. And by the way, all of these products are listed, sourced, linked down below in my description box as well. I've been playing around with L'Oreal's Telescopic Lift Mascara, this new launch, both the waterproof version and the regular. I have thoughts, and I would say they're mixed. I don't think I really like either, and here's why. Okay, so I tried the waterproof first, and initially I liked it, but then as I started playing with it more, I felt like it dried very quickly and it just kind of clumps pretty fast. It also has this brush that you have to use a specific way. So you use the flat side to get volume, and then you comb through with the edges to get length. So you have to, you know, be kind of precise, which isn't necessarily a deal breaker for me. I'll just say the waterproof version, I feel like I kind of have to pile it on for me to get the effect I need to get. And I don't typically like to do that with waterproof mascaras. So that brings me to the regular version. Now this flattens out my curl if I use it by itself. So I do typically take some kind of a waterproof mascara and apply a very, very light layer first to hold that curl. And then I apply this. I feel like I really have to apply a lot to get that lengthening, volumizing effect. But once it's there, it's nice. But this smudges on me. This smudges on my brow bone really badly after a few hours. And so for that reason, it's out. I mean, I will not use a mascara that flakes or smudges. So no matter if it's the most perfect mascara in the world as far as length and volume, I can't wear it because I don't want black smudges on my brow bone. So both of these were just disappointments for me in December, and I had high hopes for them too. When I saw that Too Faced launched some new blushes, I was all about it because I love some blush. Blush is a weakness for me. I don't know what it is or when that started. So this is the Cloud Crush blush. The shade that I got is Velvet Crush. It's described as a nude pink. It appeared a little bit darker than nude pink to me when I first got it. Here is what it looks like on the back of my hand, and it is the blush that I have on my face today. Now there is a highlight underneath it, the Rare Beauty one that I just talked about. These are basically supposed to blur and diffuse and wear really well. They're supposed to also smell like a tropical beach. There's a very faint scent, nothing overwhelming. I don't notice it after it's applied, but I do think that these give a blurred, diffused effect. They're very pretty, they wear very well, and they do apply very effortlessly, very seamlessly. There's no splotchiness, no patchiness. You don't have to tap off your brush first. This is a win. I really enjoy this formula, and I would like to get my hands on some new shades. Since we're on the subject of blush, I want to mention a new NARS blush shade that I discovered through a little mini set that I got over the holidays. I feel like over the past few months, I've discovered a few new NARS shades I'd never tried before. This is one of them. This is the shade Behave. It's described as a matte pink mauve. Keep in mind, this is the mini, not the full size. Here is Behave, and here is the Too Faced blush that I just showed you, just so you can see them next to one another. I've just really been enjoying this for a nice everyday neutral pink mauve shade. I'd never tried it before, so I just wanted to share it with you this month. It has been a favorite. I ordered a couple of e.l.f. No Budge Cream Shadows to try out last month. For some reason, they came in different packaging. Don't know why that is. Even the writing on the side is different. So I got Sand Dune and Plateau. I have both on my eyes here in this clip. This is from yesterday or the day before. Sand Dune is what's on my lids, and I lined with Plateau. These set down very quickly, so you do have to apply and blend out right away. In order for these to last all day and not crease, I do need to wear an eyeshadow primer underneath them. Otherwise, they'll still last all day, but they will crease. I don't advise setting that primer. Just apply the primer, then apply the product over it after that primer is set. And again, blend out quickly. I could very well see how someone would be disappointed though if they got this product and just attempted to wear it on its own because of the creasing factor. I feel like the name just lends you to believe that it is going to apply and wear beautifully and not crease and look perfect. For me, that was not the case. I did have to do a little bit of work beforehand. Also, I feel like the shades are kind of weird. These were the only two neutral shades, nothing lighter. I think there's like a pinkish tone shade, there's a yellow, there's a blue. I don't know. I would love to see them expand the shade range if they're gonna keep these around. But you know, this is a product I kind of have some mixed feelings on, but I do love the look it gives when I apply it the way I know to apply it now. If you hate false lashes or you can't apply them properly, so you just kind of stay away from them, I have what I think is the easiest lash product ever. I'm ecstatic about it. These are new from Kiss. They are the Impress No Glue Needed clusters. So I got the natural pack from Ulta. There are different types, Glamour and some other ones. Now I went to the Kiss website. They have even more to choose from. They have a natural wispy pack that instead of 20, there's 30 clusters in it. Now the one thing that I don't love in this is that the tool they include, at least mine anyway, it just lets the lash slip right through it. It doesn't really grasp it. So I have to use my own tool or tweezers, what have you, but it doesn't make any difference with application. You just pull this off and place it directly underneath your lash line at the outer corner. You can see what my lashes looked before filming this video, and after it's just a subtle difference. I've even put two next to each other to give a more dramatic effect. There's also more dramatic lashes. Because they're applied underneath, you cannot see them at all. You can't detect them. I have worn these from morning until night. They do not go anywhere. They have a breakthrough self-stick adhesive technology that just adheres from the bottom, and they're supposed to stay on for 24 hours. Now the drawback is that they're not reusable unless of course you reapply them with glue. I'm able to apply these so quickly. It's ridiculous. I've never applied a lash this quickly. I can't feel them and they remove easily, just like a normal lash. I've been loving these. I'm so glad that they released a product like this because it gives lash averse people that want to wear them some kind of an option. I was really curious about Makeup Revolution's Soap Styler Stick. Why can't I say that? So I picked this up to try in December and I was not impressed. So it's got this clear soap twist up end and then there's a spoolie on the other end. Although the concept is nice for those of us who just want something quick that will hold our brows, I just find it doesn't really hold my brows. And for those stubborn brows that seem to just pop out of place, it doesn't really get those either. I just kind of felt like this was a pointless product. I have brow gels that work better than this, fiber brow products that worked better than this. I was hoping for more and this was a big disappointment for me. I mean, granted, it was I think less than $4. It may have been $3.50, so I'm glad that that's all I spent on it. But if you've tried this, I would love to know your experience with it, but it was not good for me. I've had this product to try for a while and for some reason I just didn't try it. I was trying other things and now I'm kicking myself. I love it. I think it's great. This is the Bouncy Bright Facial from Drunk Elephant. This is a 10% azelaic acid, 1% salicylic acid leave-on mask that evens your skin tone, boosts radiance, fades spots, and reduces redness. It's supposed to give you a bouncier, brighter, more even-looking complexion. It's also great for all skin types. You actually do your entire skincare routine and then apply this at the end. Azelaic acid is something a lot of us rosacea sufferers use to help calm the redness and soothe and brighten skin. Salicylic acid unclogs pores, exfoliates, and helps with tone and texture. And it's also got a brightening complex in it that helps with hyperpigmentation. I notice a difference in the morning when I wake up with how much less reactive my skin looks and feels. It looks less red. It looks more even. It feels better. It looks smoother. I'm so glad I finally pulled this out to try it. My skin has been loving it, and it has become a staple in my routine very, very quickly. Grande Cosmetics launched a new GrandeBROW 2-in-1 Tinted Brow Gel Brow Enhancing Serum. I really like this concept because if you have uneven brows, sparse brows like I do, this is a great product to have on hand because you're getting brow growth serum properties in a tinted brow gel. So I have the shade medium. Here it is, just lightly swiped on the back of my hand, and it does have the little spoolie. The product is pretty wet when you put it through your brows. I've actually been taking a slanted brow brush and just swiping it through my sparse areas or completely bare areas where I need it. Sometimes during the day, sometimes I even do it at night. I've been playing around with this. I want to see what brow growth I get from it, but I think it's a great concept to have this in one because even if you're someone like me who uses a brow pencil, a brow pen, swiping this through as well could help. So I've been testing this out. I'm going to continue testing this out. I think it's a great concept. I got really excited when I saw this new line from Briogeo. Now there are other products, but I just got the shampoo and conditioner. That's where I wanted to start. So this is called Destined for Destiny. It is a peptide density line that has ingredients to help with thicker, fuller looking hair, not just with the hair, but at the scalp and root level. And as always, Briogeo products don't have harsh sulfates, silicones, or parabens. So this has copper peptides and zinc along with biotin and vitamin E that support thicker looking hair. They also include caffeine, green coffee oil, and coenzyme Q10 to encourage microcirculation at the scalp and root level for fuller, healthier, thicker looking hair. And so it goes a little bit deeper than what other shampoos and conditioners that I've tried before do anyway. So far, it's been working for my hair really nicely. Sometimes products that promote thicker, fuller hair can make my hair feel kind of dry, and these have not. I've really been enjoying them, and I'm going to continue with them. And I'm kind of interested in some of the other products in this line as well. If you have sensitive skin, I have been using and incorporating some of the Calm products from Paula's Choice into my skincare routine and having really great luck. So I started trying these a few months ago when they first released, and I really haven't heard that many people talk about them. I don't know if people just aren't aware that this launched. So the two products I use the most are the Rescue and Repair Intensive Moisturizer, which is for normal or dry skin. There's also a weightless moisturizer, which I would really like to try since I do have combination skin and get some oil in my T-zone, but this has actually worked really well for me. It doesn't make me greasy. Of course, it's not super hot and humid here lately like it normally is. It's got hexapeptide 8 and glycogen, and it's made specifically to soothe a compromised skin barrier and to give intensive hydration for dry skin. But it's worked really well for me. I've really enjoyed it. And then we have, for all skin types, the Ultra Gentle Cleanser. This cleanses without disrupting the skin barrier, without stripping. It feels very soothing. Of course, when I use this at night, I remove my makeup first and then use it, but I've really been enjoying both of those, and they have slowly crept into my regular skincare routine. Now, two other products that I enjoy from this line are the Repairing Serum, which has ceramides, and it's made to calm sensitive skin and improve signs of aging. This is really nice if you're just feeling like you are a little bit extra sensitive, you want some calming to your skin. I have enjoyed this. And then what I think is really great is that they have a 1% BHA sensitive skin exfoliant. A lot of times exfoliants can be too harsh for people with sensitive skin. This one is really nice. It says on here, it gently minimizes pore size and smooths skin. It's soothing, it's lightweight, it's a really nice BHA if you have sensitive skin. Now, of course, all of that is going to depend on what products you are sensitive to. So you definitely want to look at ingredients first. I will have the links down below so you can check that out along with the links to all my other products that I'm sharing in today's video. video. But I've had good luck with Paula's Choice products overall, and I've really been enjoying this line in particular for my sensitive skin. The necklace that I've been wearing in this video, I've worn in some other videos, but I've also worn it a lot in my everyday life, and I get compliments on it all the time. It's a little bit different than other initial pieces that are out there, and that's how I feel about Dean Davidson pieces overall. The earrings that I have on are also from Dean Davidson. I got them in early December. So great for every day, and again, not something you see every day. I had these hoops on in another video recently and love them because, again, they're a little bit different than what you see every day. Even the metal that they use is Luxe, but it's a little bit different. As I always do, I have my generous code that they've given me of 25% off in my description box. Their packaging is also really beautiful if you want to get some things to gift. I've just been so impressed with all of the products that I've tried from them thus far, and I know a lot of you get their pieces too and love them just as much as I do. And so these were my favorites that I tried in December. In December, I and my 17-year-old daughter jumped on the Stanley Cup bandwagon like everyone else on the planet. This is the trendy cup to have right now. However, I have something negative about this and feel like I might be completely alone. I don't know. I'll talk about the positives first. So who doesn't like a slim cup that gives you a really nice capacity? Mine is 40 ounces. Brooks is, I think, 30. It's whatever the next size down is. It's ergonomic, it carries well, holds well, you have this nice handle, and of course you have a lid with a straw. Both of us have noticed though that these do not hold ice or keep drinks cold nearly as long as our other insulated tumblers with straws. And I want to say on the package when I first got it, it said 11 hours and I thought maybe I was reading it wrong. All I know is that all my other insulated cups with tumblers have easily held ice, solid ice, through the next day. I'm more than 24 hours. This one goes from, I would say, morning till night. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just less. Also, this doesn't close fully to completely insulate the cup. You can take the straw out and it kind of closes up, but it doesn't fully seal. So you can never have this be completely sealed off. That said, I mean, I still use it all the time. It's fine. I'm not going places where I need something to be fully iced for 24 hours. It is just something that I noticed. I'm surprised I haven't heard other people talk about that. I've talked about my love for on running shoes. Some people call them on clouds, some just on running, whatever you call them. I have shared my love for them and how they're the most comfortable sneaker out there so many times. And they are. They're very comfortable. But I got my first pair of Hokas in December. I will say these beat my on cloud, on running, whatever you want to call them. These are so comfortable and it is the lightest shoe I've ever held. It feels like I'm holding a piece of paper. I do realize I'm the last person on the planet to get a pair of these. I don't know why I never did. I guess I was just happy with what I had. I didn't know better. Now, I'm not going to stop wearing my on running shoes. I do love them, but oh my God, these are like walking on air. I didn't think I could find anything that would beat my previous love, and I have. I was gifted a Jo Malone English Pear and Freesia candle over the holidays, and I have to say it is so beautiful. I know different people feel different ways about pricey luxe candles, but if you are wanting to treat yourself or have a gift on hand for someone that they would absolutely love, this scent is beautiful. They burn perfectly. It's the right amount of fragrance for the room. It's not overwhelming. The jar is also pretty if you want to repurpose it after you're finished burning them. I just have been so impressed with this. I don't want it to end. I do love my Luxe candles. This one is a little on the pricey side, maybe a special occasion candle, but it's one that I've really been enjoying. I've never tried it before and I love it. As always, I want to thank you for coming back to watch my monthly favorites and fails. Sometimes they're a little bit longer, sometimes they're a little bit shorter. It just warms my heart to have you guys here every single month. And as always, I want to give my Stephanie Marie Circle members a big, huge thank you for going above and beyond to support my channel, especially the premium members who go even above that. It just really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And of course, subscribe if you're not already. Now, I'm in the middle of testing this new Dior Forever Velvet Veil Primer that they just launched at the same time they launched their reformulation of the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer, which has been my holy grail. So stay tuned for my thoughts on this primer. And if you're curious about the new formulation of this concealer and how it compares to my holy grail, go catch this video. There's a ton of information in there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.